Star Trek Prodigy Season 1, Episode 6 review.
I'm
So,
pretty sure that's farther than anybody's gotten in the Kobayashi murder.
probably, well, outside of, maybe somebody like Kirk, that's probably the most time somebody has run the Kobayashi Maru.
True.
I mean, technically, he could have done it again and just not put his feet there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think at that point he's just like gave up, frustrated.
God damn it.
Or he knew he won, but it's like, yeah, if that hadn't happened, I figured it out. I got it. I figured it out. I know what I needed to do. Everything is cool. And so, interesting that they updated the Kobayashi Maru to a Galaxy class bridge.
Yeah.
Oh, to the Galaxy, to Enterprise.
Also, I'm sure you appreciated all those guest spots.
Oh yes, we had lots of, because
all those guest voices that are all dead now. Well, not all, but
yeah, because Pressure's still with us.
I have to say,
and
Radio Spock
course,
was kind of off. Radio Spock was kind of off-putting.
Yeah, but that's because he's been dead a while, and they just cut and pasted his voice from different shows.
It was just so weird, though.
It was. I'll admit that it was really kind of weird.
Yeah. What was really funny is, okay, so they took that clip of the audio clip of the Kobayashi Maru, like the call, there's a dress call from the Kobayashi Maru, probably directly from the episode. Okay. Mm-hmm. The thing about that one is Star Trek Online also has a Kobayashi Maru situation. It has it doesn't come up very often, but it occasionally, I think it's a special event that only pops up every once in a while, and you'll have a Kobayashi Maru event to deal with. But that line is that audio of "This is the Kobayashi Maru, we're such and such." That line plays at the beginning of that
online game.
That game, yeah. At the end of that sort of mission, you can go on this mission, and it's different from the Kobayashi Maru proper. It's a different sort of thing because it's a team, sort of almost a team Kobayashi Maru. You have a Kobayashi Maru to deal with, though the thing keeps running. For somebody who has their engines disabled, they sure do like to run into danger. But it's the same sort of thing.
I mean,
you will lose eventually,
doctor.
But it's how fast they can go.
Look at the doctor in his TARDIS, okay? He can never get that shit straight, and he's always running into danger.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
I mean, I do like his first approach, though. Okay, a show of hands. Do you know anybody on that ship?
Yeah, I was thinking of you there.
Like, it says, unless you're paying me or unless I know you, it's been nice knowing you, but bye.
Yeah, I honestly, I thought of you when you did that.
I honestly don't know how. I know it's like unsolvable, but like thinking how I would do it, I don't know. Maybe like use a very powerful tractor beam to pull them out of the neutral zone or something. That's all I have, but that probably wouldn't work.
I would have specialized transporters from the The Kelvinverse movies.
Yeah, wait.
I
Why
would
couldn't
bounce
they
a
just-
graviton particle beam off the main deflector dish.
No,
Yes.
no, but seriously though,
That is how I would
why
do it.
why couldn't they just transport them out there? Because I've seen like plenty of times them like transporting
They
people
weren't
from like
within range, apparently.
okay.
Because it's kind of like having a walkie-talkie or a cell phone signal or anything like that. You have to be within range of the thing in order to transport the matter in this case, but data in other cases. Or data and matter in the case of the Android. But yeah, in order to transport, you have to be within a certain range limitation, which is why I would say, can I not have that Scotty? Can I have the Scotty from the other universe? Yeah. You know, the one that's played by what's his name? Scott Penn? Scott something like that. I don't remember his name. But can I have him? That Scotty? Yeah. The dude who had the buddy with the weird stick eyes. Can I use him? Yeah, dude, go to the engine room, soup up those transporters, and let's just transport those guys out of there.
Well, we find out somebody's indestructible.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so
Murph.
sorry.
So asking for a friend, what would happen if you ate a bunch of photon grenades? You would explode.
Oh no, Murph.
So sorry. I'm having a feeling that Murph is secretly a god.
No.
The god of gluttony.
No. Murph is
The god of slime.
Yeah, no. Murph is silent and doesn't say anything for a long time because he doesn't have anything to really say. And then one day he just pipes up and it's Morgan Freeman's voice or somebody with a really cool voice.
Oh my god. And I'm gonna see the future. Okay, last episode or one of the last episodes, the protostar is close to exploding for some reason. It's gonna go boom. Murph saves the day by eating it. It's like, go Murph!
That's just what you would do in that situation.
I would totally do that, but I like put chocolate syrup on it though. It's like, today.
Be interesting also.
What?
We found out that the protostar was in the Delta Quadrant and went to the Gamma Quadrant. Does that mean we're going to run into the Dominion at some point?
Maybe. I don't know.
Also, you got the Bajoran wormhole. A Starfleet, would the Dominion would go, wait, you came from the wrong direction to be Federation. Why did you come from over there? Like, let's not start stuff with the Alpha and Beta Quadrant stuff again. Let's just guide them to the Bajoran wormhole. We don't start any new wars. Just go over there. That's the Bajoran. Yeah, that's the Bajoran wormhole. Yes, go there. Okay, go through that. You're good. You'll be back towards where the Federation is.
Okay, make sure you take a left over at that. No. If you reach the dwarf star, you're too far. Okay?
Yeah.
Like stopping and asking for directions from a local.
Yeah.
Like, hey, roll down your window. I need to ask you something. Okay, so you want to take a left at the Space McDonald's, but stop at the Space Taco Bell. Okay, you're good.
Yeah, you send out like
If you reach quarks, you've gone too far.
Well, if you reach
Wait, which
quarks, you
quarks?
probably hit the S9. You're good.
Which quarks? Because don't forget, in Lower Decks, quarks was like everywhere.
Yeah, they've even
He
expanded
had
to the
his own
Gamma
Lego
Quadrant.
set. Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, like that could happen, or it depends on, like obviously this is supposed to be, later. We don't know. I don't know that we know. I don't know if we ever heard exactly when Lower Decks takes place yet.
3 years after, remember? 3 years after Voyager came home.
Okay, 3 years after that. So
Because
yeah,
we looked it up.
yeah. So 3 years after Voyager came home, that's Prodigy is occurring, which
No. Lower Decks is occurring.
oh, Lower
3
Deck.
years.
No, I was talking about Prodigy. What?
Oh, because you said we don't know when Lower Decks
No, yeah, no, I may have
occurs.
the
I'm like, we
my
looked
brain
that
fart.
up.
Brain fart. Prodigy.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
We don't know about Prodigy because there isn't a set timetable. We
Yeah.
do know that Chakotay was the captain because
Yeah.
we saw that there.
Yeah.
And
Best we can say is it's after Voyager came home, and
yeah,
probably a few years after Voyager came home, because like they'd probably want at least a few months off to just decompress and debrief on what the heck went on in the Delta Quadrant.
Also, no, it has to be at least 2 decades because don't forget the diviner was searching for that ship, and
Oh yeah,
he was getting tired, so he created his progeny, and so he was at least searching for a couple of years, I would assume.
Oh yeah.
Plus the 17 years after Gwendolyn was born or created, whatever.
She's technically a clone, I guess.
Yeah, she's basically a clone. She's the doctor's daughter, but the diviner's daughter.
How divine.
I do like that the term he uses, progeny. It's so fun.
And cold.
And gender neutral. So you can use it for either gender. Or for those who are gender neutrally based, like they, thems, or in my case, it. What? My preferred gender pronoun is it.
And he can just make a new one if that one dies.
I mean, it seemed to take a lot of work to make her.
Yeah, true.
And
although it looked kind of like looms, okay, maybe he used Time Lord technology.
And there's no Doctor Who
loomed.
reference.
she was loomed.
Yeah.
I swear that robot guy, he looked like he was looming her, building her with the looms. So yeah, she also, I said doctor's daughter, so there was another Doctor Who reference. But yeah, so it's been at least 20 years between
when the protostar was said to have been lost, or well, we did get a little snippet of the of the protostar being boarded with the
yeah.
So
with Captain Chakotay.
So yes, essentially at some point they had to have and they encrypted that thing, but apparently somehow the protostar got away and parked itself inside that planet without her crew. And I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of questions unanswered, but I'm sure that's just a matter of time.
But we at least know it's been a long freaking time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
since the protostar was lost. Yeah.
At least 20 years. Minimum.
And we don't know how long it was between Voyager coming home and
The protostar launching.
protostar launching, because it would have to be post Chakotay coming back, because he can't be in two places at once.
Exactly.
But so he would have to have come back from Voyager. It'd probably be a few years before they start sending them out again.
Yeah, it would be at least a while before before he's even allowed to go out, because don't forget, he has to be debriefed, probably some sort of trial for the Maquis stuff and all that shit.
I imagine that's not going to be a thing. I think they're going to quietly pardon him of those things in exchange for all the things that he did while, serving on Voyager, being a good first officer and whatnot. Like, they might just, as long as, like, say, okay, as long as you're willing to take a Starfleet commission and stay on, we'll brush this aside. Maybe not even that much. Just you did enough that you've more than paid your debt on this.
True.
So we're just not gonna bother charging you with that. We're just gonna let it go, because it's probably, Voyager probably comes back to a post-Dominion War Starfleet, who are looking for hope.
And we saw in the series, like in the actual Voyager series, once they contacted home and stuff, we discover that, oh yeah, everybody you know is dead. Sorry.
Yeah, so
all of the Maquis are destroyed.
Yeah. He has nothing to go back to with the Maquis, at least for now. And post-Dominion Federation is going to be looking for heroes. Is going to look for hope. Somebody who, was out of the war, but still, it doesn't remind him of the war, but was something, it's not about the war, but it was something positive. Something positive that didn't have to do with the war. And that's what Voyager is. So, yeah, you're going to get your plates. You're going to get commemorative plates. You're going to get all this stuff because you want to make sure that, build the troops' morale up, and, have people to put on posters. Become a legend in Starfleet. That sort of thing, to kind of boost recruitment a little bit.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you're looking at a post-Dominion War Starfleet that's looking for anything to sort of have another thing to, you're happy the war is over, but it was a very bleak thing. So having something so pretty much purely good, because you're not going to say all the bad things that happened in the Delta Quadrant, all the scientific stuff they discovered, that's going to be everywhere. Like, you've completely changed how we think about this thing. And it's like, oh, okay. So they take all that information, that stuff that can go out, goes out, everything that was like, yeah, this is technology that we're going to classify for now. And then, whatnot, and we'll tell your story. And it's like, I'm sure that they had, all I can imagine is like, Quark or somebody, some Ferengi going, we could make a lot of latinum if you want to work on a holo program to tell your story. It's like, But
that would be Quark.
Yeah. Well, it'd be a Ferengi in general. Like,
yeah, but it'd be Quark.
Yeah, Quark, but yeah. Ferengis. It would be really funny would be if it was it Quark that was trying to sell the knickknacks to Ensign. He keeps like he keeps getting pooed on from a great height. Pals around with Tom Paris. The name is just not there.
You mean Harry Kim?
Yes, Harry Kim. The first episode of Voyager, I think he's on DS9, and one of the
Yeah,
first
because
things that
that's where
happened.
they transferred from.
Yeah, that's where they sort of put out to go toward. Though he might have already, the Voyager might have arrived there, and then they were heading out from. They were making a quick stop to maybe pick up a person or so, and then head out to their first mission. And um, like one of the first things you see is Quark trying to um, trying to get Kim to buy something.
Yeah.
And so
And Tom, like, totally puts a poo-poo on that.
it's like,
Just like,
I mean, I
yeah.
remember. You tried to scam me. Okay, you're gonna have to be a lot more precise. You have to be a lot more details because
You have to be more specific.
It's like,
Because
do you
you
have
don't have
any
any
idea?
idea how little that narrows it down.
It's still the words of my mouth.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the meme, but it was like, yeah, the Batman Beyond meme where he's like,
Yeah.
"You
Oh,
killed my
you were
father.
thinking the
Do
same
you have
thing.
any idea? Yeah, do you have any idea how little that narrows it down?"
Like a lot of dads.
Uh, but yeah, it's like I scam. I don't like the word scam. Creative entrepreneurship.
That works.
Yeah.
I mean, creative allocating your money into my wallet.
Anyway,
Let's see what else. They finally got to see the holodeck.
yeah, finally
Yeah.
found that.
and that's where he did the Kobayashi Maru.
Yep.
Let's see. We handled. Gwen is now, her understanding her own language actually ended up being the thing that unlocked a lot of data, so they could figure out what's going on. And Janeway now has access to all that, so now she can turn some computer processing power to refine that data and figure out what the heck happened.
I don't think you're my first crew.
Yeah, she finally sort of figured out. Like Gwen has finally kind of found out her place, and it was funny. Like he's like, it was a subtle thing, but it was kind of funny. The whole he said, "Oh, Janeway wouldn't let us leave without you," and she's like, "Oh, you didn't. You did. They didn't really care
I
that Janeway
know.
wouldn't." And then Janeway's, was it? Who was it? Was it? Who was it? Like
Zero, I think.
Yeah,
Huh?
aren't you glad that Dal made you
Made us
made us
come
come
back.
back for you? And it's like, huh?
Yeah.
He's oblivious. He isn't paying attention to all this. But she's like, huh?
Mhm. And he's just playing it off like, yeah, no, Janeway made us do it. And it's like, no, it was Dal. Dal totally Dal wouldn't let us go without you. Wait, what?
Do you think the reason why she can't read her mind is because she's technically a clone and not really, a person?
Or just because of her species?
Yeah, because there's some species that are more resistant to telepathy. Like I think Ferengi are more resistant to it, and
Lucky on
zombies.
them.
Zombies. I know that's not what it's called. Uh, the species that revives the dead.
Oh yeah.
I
No,
think
I know what you're talking about from that Voyager episode.
yeah, what Lindsay Ballard became.
Yeah.
I can remember Lindsay Ballard, but I can't remember the species. But yeah, that species.
I know what you're talking about. I just
I,
can't remember
I think
what they're
I think
called.
that species, at least from Star Trek Online, uh, I think just seem to remember they have.
I don't think they had anything about
Yeah,
telepathy
it
in
was
the
it was a
actual episode
yeah, it was something.
online.
Yeah, it might have been the game or something like that. Some other bit of lore from someplace else. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. Kabali. The Kabali.
There you go.
That was gonna drive me nuts. I think the Kabali are also a bit resistant. I think. I can't remember. I don't remember where I picked that up, but like I know Ferengis are more resistant. They have a weirdly done brain. They can't really. It's really hard for telepathy to work against them. Um, what else?
No, it does. No, it does. It just turns out all they get is money, 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 money.
Yeah. You're
Um,
blocking my telepathy. What do you mean? You're blocking it out with like some sort of weird chant. What weird chant? All I hear is the word money. Oh no, that's just what I always feel.
it's just Latinum, 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 Latinum.
Profit, 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 profit.
Yeah, I don't remember where I heard that, but yeah, it was something like that. But yeah, it was. Yeah, it could be completely coming from nowhere, but yeah,
That's okay. I have a lot of that with my Doctor Who references. Like I don't remember where I picked that up, but this is a fun little lore idea that's in my head canon now.
yeah, I don't know. Um,
Let's see. Not much more. I mean, the only like B plot we had was Murph, eating the grenade thing and then
The torpedo.
burping. Yeah, then burping. Eh. Hmm. Maybe next episode they'll finally go to the Federation.
I think
And then get.
I think it's going to be a couple of things because I think a few episodes if they ever head that way because the engines at least need to cool off. I don't know. They might be on a cooldown. Like they can do those big bursts of really incredible speed.
It's kind of like when a person runs, they sprint, they can sprint for a while and get that big burst of speed, but then they got to stop and slow down and catch their breath.
Yeah.
Yep.
The warp drive, they can use the warp drive as much as they want, but the protostar stuff that's gonna take another that's gonna take some while to cool or fix or whatever. And with her unlocking the data, they might be able to fix it, or at least figure out at least enough that they know what what they need to do to get it back working.
Yeah. But when they finally do get there, they'll be instantly arrested for stealing a spaceship.
That's what Dal thinks anyway. Because
But they'll
Dal's
get
like,
arrested, then I'll be cleared up and everything will be good.
because Dal is like, we're gonna go there. They're gonna arrest us for stealing their ship, and none of you can see that. They're just like every other authority in my entire life who just are big haters.
Don't hit the gas.
Which makes it interesting, like, okay, assume they go back to... They get back to Federation space at the end of the series. They like, here's the protostar back. We were kind of on it for a while doing stuff. Janeway was helpful. And then they're like, well, you brought it back. Would you like to be cadets? Because at that point, you'll have more, space time than a lot of other cadets coming in.
True.
And I mean, he did beat the Kobayashi Maru.
Yeah, it would be interesting if like they haven't changed the program for the Kobayashi Maru since the Protostar left, and he goes and like, I'll show you, I'll do the Kobayashi Maru, and he's like, give me this, okay, do this, and he does everything the same except he doesn't kick off the torpedoes, and it's like, you won Kobayashi Maru, and you didn't cheat.
Without cheating. I may have played it about 6,000 times.
Yeah. Yeah, I did it not on the first try. But I did beat it. First try you've seen. Yeah, I'm a great captain. I'll just beat this Kobayashi Maru. What was it? Kobayashi? Yeah, I'll do your Kobayashi Maru. He does the same thing he did, but doesn't kick the thing, and it's like, you just beat the Kobayashi Maru in the first time we've seen you do this. You've done this before.
Yeah, I may have like beat it on my weekend, just chilling.
I mean, he did do it in a day.
Yeah, he did go from knowing nothing about what's going on to, and he probably got a crash course in basic Starfleet tech. Like, he knows what
and basic captaining.
Yeah, basic captaining, basic Starfleet tech. Probably knows what a torpedo is, what a phaser is. He knows what a warp core is. He knows all this stuff that he had probably no idea about before. Like, he knows how that all works and what all fun little things he has at his fingertips. So,
and how to actually destabilize the warp core to his advantage.
But what if the first people the protostar jumps back to the Alpha and Beta Quadrant, but the first part they jump to is the Klingon Empire, and a bunch of warbirds decloak and start trying to hail him, and he just like, he goes completely into Kobayashi Maru moment and just starts killing as many Klingons as he can.
Wait.
It's just like simulations.
Wait, I'm not on the holodeck, am I? Yeah.
I'm prepared for this.
He's just like, oh. I mean, probably not, but interesting enough. Yeah, I think we covered just about everything there is to cover about this.
And then some.
Yep. All right. Well,
it would be funny if the first people they meet is the actual Janeway. But because of health restrictions, her doctor made her cut out coffee.
Oh no.
And so they're like, Janeway? It's like, do I know you? You're the one who saved us. You brought us here. I did. Here, as thank you. Well, your hologram did. As thank you, here's a big cup of coffee. Black, hot, just like you like it. And she's just like, I can't
No.
touch it anymore.
Well, and depending on how, ooh, that's another thing to think about with this is, okay, depending on
How
how
old?
far this is in the future, like when she goes to complete the loop, like if she has to go and complete the loop by going and I was making my head
Going
hurt,
back in
but
time
yeah,
to
doing the
fix
doing the
herself.
thing she did to to help Voyager do what it did in the past. Like
Yeah, they might come across the Admiral
she's
Janeway from Voyager.
yeah, from Endgame. Yeah, where she's about to go back and complete the time loop.
And Madrock is like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Yeah, I zoned out.
I hate
We start
temporal
talking temporal
mechanics.
mechanics. We start talking temporal mechanics. He's just like, "I'm going cross-eyed now. Wake me up when you're
I'm
done
going
nerdy."
cross-eyed, and I'm the one bringing it up.
Like brain
I love temporal
rebooting.
mechanics.
Oh no, that part I understand. It's just
That's why I'm.
it's just Star Trek stuff that I haven't seen.
You've never seen Voyager?
I've only fully seen Below Decks and this. I've only
Lower
seen
Decks.
Lower Decks. Yeah. I've seen bits and clips of other Star Trek stuff.
Well, we have plenty of Star Trek we can review after this.
Yeah.
I noticed. Bouncing with reflector beam. Pew pew. Pew 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 pew.
Off the main deflector dish.
Like I didn't know you could
That's the way
pinch
we do
people.
things, lads. We're making shit up as
Making
we wish.
shit as we wish.
The Klingons and the Romulans, they pose no threat to us. Because if we find we're in a
If
bind,
we
we
find
just
we're
make
fine, we just make some shit up.
I'm gonna have to go find that and listen to that again.
I don't have.
Saves the day with
I have
Vulcan
that.
pinch.
Oh yeah, you didn't tell me you can like kill people with squeezing. You can like sleep pinch.
Oh yeah, super
you didn't
pinch.
ask.
Yeah.
Super pinch. You didn't ask.
Anyway, I guess that would be the end of this review.
Yep.